All systems go. Cleared for takeoff.
This is the MLB Quick Hit video brought to you by SHIPITNation.com. I am Gyiraszin, excited to talk to you today about this huge Friday night slate. 14 games over there on FanDuel and DraftKings. But hey, before we get into that, we got to keep the bosses happy, as you know. So we know this isn't the fun part, but you got to hit the like button for us. Hit that subscribe button over there to the SHIPITNation.com YouTube page. We definitely appreciate that. But hey, speaking of SHIPITNation.com, one of the best things over here about our site is our Discord. Our Discord has lots of all our members in there, lots of good advice going on back and forth. And one of the other things we like to do is share our winners. So hey, we're going to do that a little bit here today. I'm going to share a few of our winners. So let's just take a peek. Yesterday was in there. How about our girl Christine? Crushed a little bit of golf yesterday. Won her some cheese there. And then also here we see our boy here won some baseball here. So, you know, it's so damn small, I can't even see that stinking thing. But let's see here. Who was that? Let's see. Luke Diesel. Sorry. Hey, it is what it is. I couldn't see. My eyeballs I'm getting old, man. It is what it is. So, hey, but we appreciate all our members. Make sure you guys get over there. Check it out. Great discounts over there at SHIPIT Nation, all kinds of ticket giveaways, all that kind of fun stuff. So make sure you get over there to SHIPITNation.com. But hey, let's get into these games we got here tonight. 14 games, huge slate. We got a little bit of weather concerns over in the East Coast and Citi Field in Fenway Park. But always make sure you're checking out the weather before you lock your lineups, of course. But the way Vegas see it's here tonight, we got Atlanta with the highest over-under at 10.5. We got 6 games between 9 and 9.5. And then we got 1 game sitting in the 7s. Watch the White Sox and Seattle. Team totals high. The Braves sitting at a high 6.6 right now. The Angels sitting at 5.4. Dodgers sitting at 5.2. On the low end, we got Washington, Cincinnati, and the White Sox sitting at 3.7. And then we have Cleveland sitting over there at 3.8. But it would have helped if I'd probably got that little, Luke Diesel thing off there. But hey, that's what happens when you do live stuff. But either way, so that is the way Vegas sees it. But as far as pitchers go here today, my favorite pitchers on the slate here today, one of my favorites I'm going to be looking at is Joe Ryan of the Minnesota Twins facing my Detroit Tigers. I mean, hey, what are you going to say? 32% K rate. He's got a very low walk rate. Detroit is top 3 in Ks versus right-handed pitching. 11 out of his last 13 starts have also gone 6-inning plus. So we're looking at the quality start. We're looking at the win possibly here. And 3 of his games, he's gone over 10K. So definitely a high price to pay. The highest priced pitcher over there on FanDuel at 11.4. Normally, I like to find me a little bit of value. So let's get into some guys here that I look for value. And who would think back in 2023, I'd be telling you guys as a play I like today is Rich Hill. Now, Rich Hill has won me plenty of money in the past. He's actually a pitcher I used in one of my biggest wins back here a few years ago. I like to laugh at old Dusty Rich Hill, and he's still going at it. But hey, his last few starts, he's been over 90 pitches, 4 straight starts, 6+ innings. In his last 4 out of 5, he's had 9, 7, and 6 Ks. And hey, he hasn't faced some bad teams. He faced the Mets, St. Louis, San Fran, Texas, and then the lowly Tigers. But hey, 4 of them 5 teams are definitely up there as far as lineups go. So now he gets a Milwaukee team with the highest K rate against left-handed pitching. I think that's a recipe for some success there. Pretty low price, 8K, reasonable over there on FanDuel. I definitely like Mr. Hill today. And another guy here as far as value goes, I'm going to go way a little bit lower there than Rich Hill. I'm going to go Brian Wu, 6,500. He had a high K rate there in AA. Skipped over AAA. Pretty high prospect here for Seattle White Sox here. Just the lowest on-base percentage against right-handing pitching. He did have 7 Ks through 4 innings against the Angels. So do we get 5 innings out of him? That's debatable. But for 6,500, if I can get a half dozen Ks or so and maybe get 4 innings out of him, maybe 5, then I think the value could pay itself off. So Brian Wu is a guy that I'd be looking at, especially over there on DK, is maybe an SP2. So let's just take a quick peek at some stacks that I like here. Some of my favorite stacks here of the night. One of my first one that I'm definitely looking at, obviously with the highest team total, the Atlanta Braves. Lamet stinks. 3 out in his last 3 starts, 10 earned runs in his last 11 innings. They do have the highest team total, as I mentioned. They're strong 1 through 9. There isn't really any speed bumps in that lineup. And hey, Michael Harris has been hot even at the bottom of that lineup. So I think that's a pretty decent play to get yourself different with that wraparound stack. So definitely like that too. My number 2 stack of the night is the Dodgers. One of my favorite teams to stack, generally because of the late lineups coming out. But here today they get a starter over there against San Francisco and Bariba. And then I think Manaea should be coming in, another lefty. So we know the Dodgers got some lefty smashers is with Mookie, JD, and Will Smith. I think the Dodgers here tonight are in a great spot here to put up some runs. My next stack here that I'm looking at here is the St. Louis Cardinals. Now, I know the Cardinals have been struggling a little bit as a team, but so is Tyler McGill. McGill's just been god-awful. 12 earned runs his last 13 innings. He's given up 23 walks and 10 hits in those 13 innings. I mean, that's god-awful. So I expect St. Louis to right the ship here today and should have a pretty decent game against their boy. Now, a couple other stacks here that I was kind of looking into that I kind of noticed. I noticed Toronto is a team that maybe get some looks here tonight. I just don't like their numbers against left-handed pitching. They're just not really that good. You would think they would be with all these righties, but just dive into it. They're just not very good at all. The Angels, I'm also a little bit concerned about. Rendon took one off the wrist, and then he bunted his next at-bat. So without Rendon in that stack, I think it just shortens it up. So I'd be a little cautious there. So just make sure our boy Rendon is in the lineup here tonight. Some hitters here that I like here tonight that I will be looking at. My top hitters for the night. My favorite one here tonight is Matt Olson. I'll take his 19 bombs against a struggling pitcher any day. Matt Olson has double dong upside. I mean, this guy here will probably be at the top of the home run charts as he is now. So definitely like Matt Olson in his matchup tonight. Another hitter that I'm going to be looking at here tonight is Paul Goldschmidt. 5-game hitting streak, 3 of those games with 2 hits. McGill is struggling, as I mentioned earlier. So I definitely like me some Paul Goldschmidt here tonight. And Goldschmidt's one of the hotter hitters in all of MLB. Another guy I like here tonight, as I mentioned earlier, is JD Martinez against this right-handed starter that San Francisco is going to throw out. And then, as I mentioned, I do expect them to bring a lefty coming in for a few innings there. Probably get a couple at-bats against Manaea. And JD crushes lefties. Definitely like him here in this spot. Manaea can't keep the ball on the ground. So I think JD has definitely potential to hit us a home run here tonight. Now, as I mentioned earlier, Michael Harris is another guy that I'm going to be looking at here. 2,700, pretty cheap guy. He's going to be at the bottom of that lineup in Atlanta. I don't think too many people are going to be willing to play that 9-hitter. Most guys, most team players just like to play 1 through 6. But man, with Harris, I'm going to imagine he's going to be down there in that 9 hole. This guy here, 8 out of his last 16, 5 RBI. He's got stolen base potential. And I think this wraparound stack 9, coming back through 1, getting back through maybe 3 or 4 is a great way to be different. But hey, that is going to do it here for the MLB quick hit video. Make sure you guys check us out at 4:30. I'll be over there today at 4:30 diving in a little bit deeper here before we get closer to lock. So make sure you guys are checking that out. Make sure you guys get over there to SHIPITNation.com and check all that out. As I mentioned earlier, all kinds of great specials going on. Winter after winter. We got the U.S. Open going on. We got some showdowns going on. We got MMA going on. We got all kinds of fun stuff. So make sure you guys are checking out Ship It Nation. That's going to do it here for the quick hit video. Good luck, and we'll check you guys later.